Welcome to Yoga Stretch. My name is Katie. Today we're going to talk about heart openers and shoulder release. Now many people develop bad posture or shoulders rolling forward, which squeezes up their chest muscles and overworks their back muscles. And often this is caused by perhaps working at a desk, driving a car. It can be caused by many factors. But that also has an effect on the shoulders and the health of the shoulders. So if we're rolling our shoulders forward, we're putting a lot of pressure onto our shoulders. So we may end up with conditions like bursitis and a number of other ones that are quite unpleasant. So we need to be very mindful of our posture and make sure that we draw the chest up so the shoulders can slide down and the chin lift parallel to the floor, and just tuck in a little for that lovely posture. Not only do we look good, but we help to balance our body out. So join me today as we talk about these things during our yoga. Let's start with a lying down position. So just walk your hands down the backs of your legs and take a lie down. Draw your shoulder blades downwards and inwards and just lift the chest up slightly as you flatten your shoulder blades out. Make sure your chin is slightly tucked in, back of neck lengthened, and place your hand on your heart center and the other one on the belly. Let's start to breathe into the belly, because breathing is going to help strengthen the chest. It's a wonderful chest opener. So let's breathe in for 3, the count of 3. Hold your breath for the count of 3 and breathe out. 2, 3. Hold your breath out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. 2, 3 and hold. 2, 3. And continue to take a few more breaths like that, where you're controlling the breath in and out. Right, now bring your awareness back to your body now. Walk your feet to the end position and let's bring our knees to our chest, just one at a time. And link your fingers, palms on the knees, and just draw your knees towards you. Lift up your lower spine a little and place it down. Now let's just rock from side to side on the lower back. So that stretches out our lower back. And then place your arms in a T position and then lower your knees down to one side towards me. Turn your head to the opposite side. Then take the hand that you're looking at and trace it over your head. Breathe in, trace it over your head, and then bring your finger to your palm. And breathe in, nice big open chest, and breathe out. Bring your hands on top of each other. Let's do that again. Nice big breath in and breathe out. Try 2 more. This is a wonderful exercise for shoulder mobility and for opening the chest. Can you feel the chest open right up when you come into that twist? Okay, let's bring those knees back to the chest again. And we're going to roll them to the other side. So just adjust yourself as you go and look towards your opposite hands. So now this time we're going to take that left hand and bring it over the head. So the opposite hand goes over the head, traces around, so it's on top of the palm of the other hand. And then breathe in, open up that chest. Feel that big stretch in the chest. Beautiful chest opener and a nice big stretch in the shoulders. And let's continue. So working gently, if this is too uncomfortable, bring your hand up to the ceiling and then over to your other palm. Otherwise, if you can persist, just to encourage gently the movement in your shoulder. It will greatly assist your shoulder in keeping it in good condition. Okay, so now bring your hand back around, trace it around till you're back in the T position. Let's bring those knees back to the chest. Give them a nice big hug. Now place your feet on the floor. We have a bridge, so make sure you're nice and comfortable. Arms are by your sides. Walk your heels close to your buttocks and have them in line with your hips as much as you can tell from just thinking about where your feet might be. Let's breathe into the belly, then breathe out, navel to spine, flatten the tummy down, squeeze into the bottom of the buttocks and peel the vertebrae off the floor. Should feel our thighs starting to work, and then lift the hips up. That's it, and let's draw the inner thighs a little bit together, lift the hips just that little bit higher. Can we feel a nice squeeze in the buttocks? And let's breathe in, bring the arms over the head, and breathe out, lower them down. Let's breathe in, lifting up. Nice stretch for the shoulders, another chest opener and working into the shoulders. This is a beautiful movement. Nice big breath into the chest, and let's try two more. Keep the hips lifted, don't let them drop. Let's try and get those arms over the head, nice and flat on the floor, fingertips on the floor. And then bring the arms down by the side and roll down to the floor, one vertebrae at a time. Let's get those knees a nice big hug and rock them from side to stretch the lower back out. Now lower one foot to the floor and let's take our right leg to the ceiling. We're going to give it a stretch, so hands behind the thigh or above the knee, or I should say above the knee or below the knee, perhaps even holding the big toe with the index and middle finger. So just as much as you can, you're stretching the back of the thigh. You do need to keep a bend in the knee for the best stretch. Keep your shoulders soft and down in this position. Breathe down to the belly. And then place that ankle on the knee. Bring your toes forward and push your knee away. So you're straightening your hips up nicely. This is our hip stretch. You can stay here or join me with a ramp. Hands by sides. Let's breathe into the belly. Breathe out, navel to spine. Flatten the lower back to floor. And then peel the vertebrae off the floor. Coming into that ramp position. And see if you could drop that knee just a little bit wider. Keep your other buttocks nice and squeezed and lifted. Let's take 3 breaths into the belly. Let's breathe in and breathe out, rolling down, one vertebrae at a time, rounding out that lower back, and then place the foot on the floor. Let's lift the other foot up, hands just above the knee, hold that leg, or below the knee, or perhaps even hold the big toe again, making sure you can keep your shoulders soft and away from the ears. So we need to keep a good eye on the shoulders and a nice flat tummy. Little bend in the knee, stretching into the back of the thigh. Let's take 3 big breaths into our belly. Now let's take the ankle on the knee. Now bring your toes towards you, push the knee away, just so your hips are nice and even. So only going to extend your arm to push that knee away. Stay in this position or hands by sides. Let's roll up back into our bridge. Breathe into the belly and breathe out. Peel the vertebrae off the floor. There we go. Let's open up the chest and drop the knee out to the side. Breathe into the belly. Okay, let's breathe in and breathe out, rolling down, one vertebrae at a time, rounding out that lower back. Place your foot down and let's bring one knee and then the other to our chest. We're going to do some spinal rolls, so if you don't wish to do spinal rolls, please go to a seated position. I'll join you in a minute. So hands behind the knees. And let's lift the head up, drop chin to chest and relax your shoulders down. We need to make sure those shoulders are right away from the ears so we're not overworking them. Flatten the tummy, use your legs to rock and bring yourself forward. Tap your toes lightly or just keep them above the floor and round out your lower back and roll onto your shoulder blades. And control that movement with your core strength rather than momentum. So you want to just gently rock at the pace that your core can control it. So it's a nice, even, smooth roll. And let's try one more. And if you can, cross your legs, come onto your hands and knees. You can bring your legs out to the sides, of course. So knees under hips and wrists under shoulders. Now we're going to breathe in for a cat arch. Stretch into the shoulder blades. Open up your back with your breath. And breathe out, cow pose. So tuck toes under, lower your rib cage and bring your head forward. Slide shoulders to hips and let's open up the chest. It's a beautiful chest opener. Okay, come back into your cat arch. Breathe in. Big stretch in the shoulder blades. So we're giving out back a nice big stretch in the shoulders and breathe out, cow pose. Let's open the chest. Let's do that 3 more times, really focusing on the shoulder blades as we lift and the chest as we come into cow pose. And last time. All right, now we're going to walk those knees back and lie on our front. Now let's stack our hands and rest our head on top. Now tighten your tummy, lift it up, a little squeeze in the bottom part of your buttocks to straighten up your hips. Draw your shoulder blades downwards towards your hips and lift your head and your chest. So breathe in, lift the head and the chest, leaving the elbows on the floor. And breathe out to lower. You should be feeling this in your mid-back muscles on either side of your spine. Let's breathe in. And breathe out to lower. Last time, breathe in to lift and out to lower. This next time we're going to lift the leg up, but keep your hip on the floor. Breathe in to lift and feel the squeeze in the bottom part of the buttocks. Lower your leg down. Change sides. Squeeze the bottom part of your buttocks and lower the leg down. Let's change again. Squeeze and lift. Lower it down. One more time. That's it. Lovely. Now let's lift both legs up. Squeeze the buttocks, tighten the tummy, legs come up and lower them down. Lift them up again and lower them down. One more time, lift. Now let's lift the head and the chest. Now lift the hands up. So we lift it up completely into our locust position. If you can, reach your arms forward and circle them down to your back. Now you can rest your hands on your lower back, or you can reach them in wide parade toward your toes, which will help to lift your chest up. So you're opening up your chest now. Your shoulder blades are drawing downwards. Reach your fingers and your toes towards the back of the room. Look forward if you have a strong neck. Otherwise, chin to chest, lengthen through the back of the neck. You can also press palms together, link your fingers. Now this does work quite strongly into fronts of shoulders. If you don't want to do that one, just keep it wide prayer. Beautiful. Now let's release the hands, place them under the chest, and let's go into the cobra and high cobra. So press the heels of the hands down, shoulders down, a little squeeze in the bottom of the buttocks, lift the chin. Draw the shoulders down. See if you can lift the chest a little bit when you do this one. So the chest opens and we release the shoulders. Now breathe in. Coming to child's pose. So toes together, knees wide. Extend your arms forward. Shoulders towards hips, tummy lifted. Try to sit on your heels. Breathe into your back from your lower back to the back of the neck. Now take a walk with your hands towards your knees And let's take a seat. And I'm going to bring my legs forward so you can see what I'm doing. So let's bring the hands around the feet. Pull the tummy in, little drawing with your navel, chest to thighs. If you can, keep your chest on your thighs the whole way through. So you're going to slide your heels away, one at a time or both heels, just to the point where you can manage that stretch. So again, the bending in the back of the knee is quite good for the stretch in the back of the legs, particularly the back of the thigh. So lower yourself down. Let's take a few breaths here. Breathe into your back, stretch your back muscles. Now breathe in, lengthen through the spine, draw the shoulder blades down and look forward. We're going to slide those heels away as we melt down onto our thighs again. And perhaps your elbows are on the floor. Breathing into your back. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears. All right, let's walk the hands up the legs and bring the legs into a V. Now your legs are as wide as is comfortable for you, and some people can have their legs very wide and some people a little bit narrower. So just work to your hips. Bring your toes forward and point them up at the ceiling. And now we're going to breathe in, reach the arms out to the sides. Now I want you to be very conscious of where your arms are. If they're up a little bit high, you're going to overuse the tops of your shoulders and your neck. So I want you to lower them down, just lower than your shoulders, and lift your chest up a little so your back and your chest are holding your arms up rather than the shoulders and the neck. So that should feel a little more comfortable. So we're going to breathe in and breathe out. Bring the right arm across the left and reach your fingers to the opposite ends of the room. Now you should be squeezing your chest in and stretching your back out. Keep breathing down to the belly, keep lifting tall through the spine. Tummy needs to stay firm. Okay, and let's release. Take the right hand up, place the hand on your back, shoulders down, elbow lifts. This is very good for releasing shoulders, any shoulder issues. It makes a difference. Now, what you need to do is to notice where your shoulder blade is. If it's lifted high, this is not going to help quite so much as if you draw it downwards and lift the chest. So here's the heart opener, the chest opener, working with the shoulders to make your shoulders much more comfortable and work better. Cow face pose, other arm behind the back. This will give our chest a real open and the shoulder blades some work. Now we're going to release the arm, both arms, lift them up, breathe in, and breathe out, bend to the side. So I want you to try not to lower your bottom hand to your leg. So can you feel the difference between holding both arms up? This can be quite challenging because we're putting a lot more weight on our side. Now that's top side of the body. I want you to take 3 deep breaths. And let's lift up. Beautiful work. Okay, lower your hands down. Now we're going to bring our right foot to our thigh. Float the left foot back. Now it's not a pigeon hip stretch. We're going to sit on the top of our leg. So we're having the bend. It's almost like a half thunderbolt pose. So we're going to lift up with the back leg extended. All right, so if you can, place both hands on your knee. Otherwise your hands stay on the floor. So we're going to take our left hand on our right knee and the right arm behind the back. Twist, look in front of your shoulder or over your shoulder. Take 3 big breaths into the front of the body, just around the belly. So we should be opening up the chest on the right side. So chest is really open. And let's twist around the other direction. So the hand goes on the back of the thigh. And we look just in front of our shoulder or over our shoulder, wherever our gaze can reach. We're twisting the other direction. Beautiful. So we're going to take a seat. Bring this leg into a V. Now I want you to take your opposite hand, your right hand on the outer edge of the leg, slide it down. You can hold the calf, the ankle, or the outer edge of the foot. Sit up tall on your sit bones, shoulders are down, and then take your left arm on the floor behind you or wrap it around your back. Then look in front of your shoulder. Beautiful. And we're going to lower that foot down. And then take the hands behind the knees. Lift one foot up at a time. And we're coming into boat pose. If you wish, keep your toes on the floor. Otherwise, lift them up with me and extend your arms forward. Keep your tummy firm. Chest lifted. Try to open the chest right up. Let's open the arms up so we can really open up the chest. Arms are a little lower than shoulders so we can help release the shoulders while we do this posture. Then bring your hands to the outer edge of your feet and lift them up for scale pose. Shoulders are down, tummy in, round your back out. Drop your chin to chest. Breathe into your back, 3 big breaths. Close your eyes if you can. Now bend your knees, place your heels down, and we're going to start walking those heels away again. So if you can, bring your elbows to the floor, chest to knees if you're able to. Make yourself nice and comfy, toes towards you, chin to chest. Rest your cheeks on the insides of your knees. Breathe into your back. Now looking up, lengthen through the spine, sit tall. And then slide your heels away, head to your knees. Let's breathe into the back again. So you should be extended a little bit more in the legs. Chest still to thighs if you can. Okay, let's walk the hands up the legs. Back into our V position. So sit forward on your sit bones as much as you can, toes towards you, chest lifted, relax the shoulders down. So always checking in with the chest. Then we're opening up the chest and releasing the shoulders down. Okay, so toes towards you. And we're going to breathe in, lift the arms up just below the shoulders. You can feel it when the shoulders are at right height as your back and chest work, and there's no discomfort in the shoulders and the neck. Okay, so bring your arms forward, and this time the left arm is above the right, and we're going to reach to opposite ends of the room, squeezing up into the chest, stretching into the shoulder blades and back. Sit tall. Sit on a rolled up mat if you need to, or sit on a folded up towel, anything that helps you to maintain a nice tall spine. Knees can even be bent. All right, let's go back to starting our cow face pose. So hand on your back, and I want you to lift your chest and drop your shoulder blade down. Nice firm tummy. Can we go into cow face pose this side? So you might find one side you can link your hands, perhaps the other side you can't. It doesn't matter as long as you put your arms in the right position. You'll get most of the benefit of the stretch. Let's reach the arms upwards into a halo position. Let's breathe in, breathe out, bend to the side. Goes under your armpit. Notice the weight of having two arms lifted. Breathe into the side of the body, into the right side. Feel that beautiful stretch with your breath. And lifting up again. Beautiful. Float your arms down, and this time we're going to bring our left foot to our thigh. And back into sitting on that heel. The top of the foot, bring the other leg back. So hands on the knee. And this time we're taking the left arm behind the back and twisting. So open the chest up, twist. Keep the shoulders down. away, hand on the knee, other hand just resting on the back of the thigh, shoulders down, and then just gaze. That's so beautiful. Let's take a seat now. Bring that leg, the right leg into a V. We're going to take our left hand on the outer edge of that leg. Perhaps hold the calf or the outer edge of the foot. And taking the right arm behind the back. Perhaps even on the floor or actually around the back. So let's make sure we're right on those sit bones. Twist, look, just over your shoulder. Take some breaths right down to the belly. And release, place your foot down. Let's bring the feet to the end position. Hands behind the knees, lift up to boat pose. Shoulders down, chest lifted. Now you may find that you can lift your legs a little higher this time. Try it out. Extend the arms forward. Perhaps you bring the arms wide to open the chest. And scale pose, so hold the outer edges of the feet, lift the legs up. Pull the tummy in, lengthen through the arms, breathe into the back. All right, let's bring the feet down. Come on to our hands and knees in our cat position. Tuck the toes under. Let's come into down dog. Now your down dog will probably be a little bit short because we went straight up from a cat position. And that's okay because you might be able to bring your heels to the floor in this position. Shoulders towards hips. Remember, we need to draw them away from the ears and tighten the tummy. Head in line with the arms. Let's take 3 big breaths into the rib cage. Let the ankles stretch. You can also pedal your heels up and down. Release them and press them down to encourage a little extra stretching. When you've done that a few times, just place your heels down again. Keep breathing into that rib cage, front and back. Then take a walk with your hands towards your feet. You can heel-toe your feet just a little bit closer together under your hips and hold your elbows, chin to chest, let the upper body hang down. And move your body weight forward in your feet so it's in the middle to the front of the feet. And move your elbows and torso from side to side as you stretch each side of the back and the lower back. Let's place the hands on the floor. So bend your knees, palms directly down on the floor. Take a walk with your hands into your down dog again. And then take a walk with your feet to your hands. Hands on shins, let's breathe in, breathe out, tighten the tummy, slide the hands up the legs, lift shoulders to ears and roll back and down. Just give yourselves a little shake. Now in this position we're going to spend just a little bit of time in our mountain pose to talk about our chest and our shoulders again. So if we bring our feet nice and close together without the bones touching and spread the toes out. Lift the rib cage upwards away from the hips and we lengthen through the legs and the spine. Tighten the tummy, firm up the thighs and the bottom of the buttocks. Then lift your chest up. Can you feel the shoulder blades relax and drop downwards? So that little movement of drawing your shoulder blades downwards and release. Let's try that 2 or 3 times. This is very important. So slide the shoulder blades down your back and your chest lifts slightly. This is a wonderful release for shoulders and very good for your posture. So let's release the shoulders. Now draw them down again. Shoulder blades draw down, chest lifts slightly. Tighten up the tummy. And let's just bring our hands a little bit away from the sides of our body, which is the most comfortable standing position. You might like to stretch your fingers out also. Chin tucks in and parallel to floor. And you will find that will automatically happen if you get that chest lifted and the shoulder blades down. So this is a beautiful chest opening position as well. So let's breathe in, lifting up. We've got some standing strength. So breathe out, bring hands to chest. Bend your knees, and we're going to step our right foot back. So lift it up, tighten the tummy, lunge it back to warrior one position. Lower the heel down, line up your heel, your back heel with your front heel and lift up. Let's reach the arms up. Wide prayer, shoulder blades down, chest lifted. Can we feel that movement of the shoulder blades down? Chest open. So we've got a heart opener and shoulder blades are nice and down. Okay, let's breathe in and breathe out. Lean forward, lift the back foot up, come into a warrior three, keeping your arms forward. Straighten up the legs, keep reaching the arms forward. And then lower the back foot down, lifting the arms up. Lift the chin a little so we can open the heart a little bit more, so opening that heart center. And then we're going to breathe in, reach the arms up, and then rotate the hips. So your hips are facing sideways with your chest, palms are down. And let's look over our front middle finger. Shoulders are down, chest is lifted. Tighten up your tummy and a little squeeze in the bottom part of your buttocks. Front knee pushes a little bit out sideways, and we should be feeling both feet nice and strong on the floor. Now bring your backhand forward, breathe in, breathe out, hands to floor, lift your back foot up into a one-legged handstand. So nose to knee, or look past. Now if you squeeze your buttocks a little bit more, you can lift that leg a bit higher. And then step that foot next to the front foot. Beautiful chair pose, reach your arms up, open the chest, shoulders down, and then reach up to the ceiling. Big breath in, breathe out, hands to chest. I'm going to step back a little so I have a bit more space next time. We'll do that again. Breathe in, sun salute. Reach up and breathe out, hands to chest, soften your knees. Lift your left knee up and step back. Lower the heel down. Make sure your heel, both heels are lined up. Reach your arms up if you can. Hands in prayer this time. Shoulders down, chest lifted. Reach your arms up. If this is too uncomfortable for shoulders, go back to wide prayer or hands to chest in prayer. Let's breathe in, breathe out. Lean forward over your front foot. Weight in the front foot. Lift the back foot up. Warrior three. Now lower the back foot down, back to warrior one. And then let's open our arms out for warrior two. Shoulders are down, remember. We want those arms just a little bit lower than the shoulders so the back and the chest hold them up. So shoulders are down, hips and chest are facing sideways. Don't let your front foot move, it often goes inwards or outwards depending on your muscles and how they turn the feet. So we want the foot pointing forward and the knee just pushed a little bit outwards. A little squeeze in the bottom part of the buttocks, and let's look over our front middle finger. Take 3 breaths here. And then sweep the back arm forward, breathe in, breathe out, hands to floor, lift your back leg up. Lift up, extend the leg, try and lift your back leg up to the ceiling, squeezing firmly into the buttocks. Then lower the foot down, lift the arms up in chair pose. Reach up to the ceiling and breathe out, hands to chest. Deep breath in and out. All right, now we're going to do a modified sun salute, which hopefully will energize you. Standing tall in a mountain pose, and remember this is chest opening, so we need to lift our chest up, let the shoulder blades drop downwards, and let the chin come to the position that's best, which is parallel to floor. A little tightness in the tummy, so we're not pushing our hips forward. Tightening in the tummy, a little squeeze in the bottom of the buttocks. Okay, let's reach our hands down and rotate the palms forward. And you should be able to feel your shoulder blades just flatten a little bit onto your back. And your chest open. It's a beautiful chest opener. or heart opener. Okay, let's breathe in, sun salute, and breathe out, forward fold, and flat back, and forward fold. Step back into plank. I need to strengthen the upper body, so slide shoulder blades towards hips, and tighten your tummy. Little squeeze in the bottom part of your buttocks. Lower your rib cage just a little and lift up through your armpits. So if you lift up through your armpits, you're not going to rely on your elbows and shoulders quite so much. You'll be relying more on your chest and your back. Let's take 3 breaths here. Knees can be on the floor. Now let's breathe in. And breathe out, down dog. Soften your knees so we don't get any twinges in the lower back. Okay, now we're going to step our feet together and lift our right leg up, 3-leg dog. So make sure your 5 toes point to the floor. Bring your chest to thighs and lengthen your arms. Then lunge your foot halfway forward. We only want to go a short way. Walk your hands up your leg and bring your back foot a little bit closer to the front foot. So now we're going to balance. So bring your heel to your toes. Make sure you squeeze into the buttocks, tighten the tummy, lengthen the legs, draw yourself up nice and tall. Remember to lift your chest so the shoulders soften down. Now we're going to breathe in, lift the arms above the head and breathe out, just hands to chest. This is a balance. Surprisingly challenging. If you can, start to close your eyes. So even if you go halfway closed, you'll challenge your balance a little bit more. So we rely upon looking at the horizon, and when we haven't got a horizon, it's often a lot more challenging to stay upright. Try for yourself. Okay, so let's breathe in, lift the arms above the head, breathe out. Bring your hands down to the floor. Come back into down dog. And rise up onto balls of feet, come down to knees. Flatten your feet, come into child's pose, nice big stretch. Breathe into your back. Now I want you to change the breath in the back to a breath in the chest. Open your chest wide. So use this as a heart opening breath. So breathe in, open up your chest and breathe out. Let's try that one more time. Okay, beautiful. Lift up onto hands and knees and step 1 foot forward. Lift your arms up. Low lunge, wide prayer. Bring your arms a little bit wider, just so you can open your heart center. And lower those shoulder blades down just a little bit more. Let's breathe in, breathe out. Hands to floor, step your back foot, lift your back knee up and step it forward next to your front foot. And let's swing the arms up over our head and breathe out, hands to chest. Now I'm going to do a twist. So take your left elbow on your left knee, look sideways. Then the elbow to the right knee, make sure the knees are even. If they're not even anymore, you've gone too far. And third position, elbow outside the knee and open one hand to the floor and one hand to the ceiling. We've got our heart opener. Keep the shoulders away from the ears, just so we can have the shoulder release. Lower your hand down. Beautiful. And let's breathe in, sun salute. Reach up. And breathe out, hands down to sides, back to chest. Deep breath in and out. And let's just do that one more time. Deep breath in, sun salute. And swan dive, forward fold. Flat back. And forward fold. Step back to plank. Shoulders to ears, or shoulders to hips, I should say. Tighten your tummy. Now soften your knees, lift up into down dog. Now we're going to step our feet together. Lift our left leg up, three-leg dog, squeeze the buttocks, chest to thighs. Lunge your foot halfway forward and lower your heel down. Walk your hands up your leg and slide that back foot next to the front foot, or I should say behind the front foot, so your heel is either between your big toe and second toe or just touching. So let's squeeze the buttocks, tighten the tummy, lift the chest up. So heart opener, open the chest, release the shoulders. Breathe in, arms above the head in prayer, and breathe out, hands down to chest and thumbs to heart center. Now start to float your eyes closed with this balance. Really challenge yourself to stay upright. Okay, beautiful. Let's breathe in. Lift the hands up and breathe out. Hands to floor. Front foot back. Into down dog. Rise up on the balls of the feet. Come down to knees. Come into child's pose. With the arms extended, shoulders to hips. Now let's breathe into the chest again. Breathe in. And breathe out into the chest. Really open up the front of your body with your breath. That's it, beautiful. Let's try one more time. Lovely, and lifting up into a cat and stepping the left foot forward this time. Sweep the arms back, reach them up, shoulders down, lovely open chest. So there's our heart opener. Bring your arms a little wider so we can really open up that chest and release the shoulders right down. Let's breathe in, breathe out. Hands to floor, tuck your back toe under it, step your back foot next to your front foot. Sweep the arms up into chair pose and breathe out. Hands to chest. Now I want you to just focus a little bit on your chest opening here. So let's widen the shoulders. This is our heart opening. So we open our heart up, tighten the tummy, and the shoulders release completely. They go downwards. And very comfortable as the shoulder blades flatten on the back. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Right elbow to right knee. Check the knees, make sure they're even. Right elbow to left knee. That's it, beautiful. How are we going? Tighten the tummy and put the elbow outside the knee. If you can, one hand to floor, one hand to ceiling. And here's our heart opener again. Now lower the hands down, lift the arms up, and reach up to the ceiling this time. And breathe out, hands to chest. Deep breath in and out. Okay, let's lower our arms down. Now I'm going to face forward. We're going to do a wide leg squat. So let's take our hands up, lifting the arms up, breathe in, breathe out, hands to chest and toe heel your feet a bit wider. And let's go down. So heels are lined up with hips and try and lift your spine tall. If you can, push the elbows inside the knees to draw them away. Tighten your tummy. All right, we're going to breathe in and breathe out. Bend forward. Let your knees collapse inwards. Breathe in, push them apart. Open the chest. Breathe out, bend forward. Let's relax and collapse the chest down. And breathe in, heart opener, open your heart right up and breathe out, bending forward. Breathe in last time. That's it, beautiful. And we're going to place our hands down on the floor and come down to our knees. One knee, right knee, left leg goes out to the side and lifting up into gate pose. You can squeeze the bottom of the buttocks, firm tummy and lift your chest up. Let's try that heart open again, really wide in the chest and let the shoulders drop down. We're going to breathe in, lift the arms up into a halo, shoulders drop and breathe out, bend to the side. Our arms are quite challenging to hold up, so shoulders right down, breathing into the right side of the rib cage, which is open. 3 big breaths. Let's stretch those muscles. And then lifting up. We're going to go down to the floor now into our mermaid pose. So foot on top of the thigh, take the right arm behind the back and reach the left arm up and over, stretch into the side of the body, open up the chest. So here's another heart opener. You can gaze up, you can gaze down. Breathe into the side of the body that's stretching. And then lower yourself down and coming onto your elbow. Now, you can just lift your hips up for our level 1 side plank. Level 2, top leg extended, supported side plank, or level 3, side plank. Let's take 3 breaths here. Keep lifting up the rib cage towards the ceiling. And lower yourself down. We're going to swing those legs around to the other side. Come back to our gate pose, extend the leg out. Place your hand down. Oh no, don't take your hand down to the floor this time. So we're going to lift up tall, tighten the tummy, breathe in, lift the arms up, and breathe out to the side. Again, shoulders down. And let's take 3 breaths into the side of our body. Quite a challenging position. And lifting up. Place your hands down. We're coming into mermaid position, ready for the kneeling wild thing. Take your left hand behind you, lift your right arm up and over. Now, here's our heart opener. Opening up that chest as much as you can and picking a comfortable head position. Breathe into the ribs and the side of the body. And lower yourself down. Coming onto your elbow for our elbow plank. Level 1, hips down. But rib cage lifted. Level 2. Oh, we're going to lift our hips up for even level 1. And level 2 is our supported side plank. And level 3, full side plank. And let's reach the hand up to the ceiling. Keep the rib cage lifted. 3 big breaths. And lower yourself down. That's beautiful. Let's come into a seated position. Now we've got a tabletop, so if you find that lifting your hips up is quite challenging, then roll your shoulders back, lift your chest up. So we want that heart opener. So the chest opens, the shoulders widen, and the shoulder blades hug a little together at the back. And then pick your head position that works best for you. For those who are going to join me in tabletop, let's squeeze the buttocks, lift the hips. Now you can look at your knees, that's the most comfortable head position, otherwise gaze up to the ceiling. But keep your chest open, don't let your shoulders cave in. Keep the chest nice and wide, and if you can, we're going to toe heel the feet a bit closer, give a good squeeze into the bottom of the buttocks and extend one leg. So we're working quite strongly into our buttocks now and change legs. Let's try the other side, see if we're just as strong. Place your foot down. Beautiful work. And let's lower ourselves down. Bring the feet a bit wider and bend forward. Just relax. Breathe into the back from the lower back. Right up to the neck. Puff the back out with your breath. And let's just cross those ankles. Sit tall, lift the hips up. Maybe you can lift one leg. Maybe you can lift both legs. Take a seat. Let's try with the other side. Cross your legs. Quite challenging. If you want to go into lotus and do this, you're welcome to do so. So let's lift the hips. Lift one leg, lift both legs. Okay, beautiful. Needs a little bit more work. Okay, so let's bring our feet hip width apart, hands behind the knees. Let's do a little bit of core strength. Breathe in, lifting the arms up, and breathe out. Pull the tummy in, round the back out, and roll yourself down. Okay, lovely. So let's walk our feet to the end position and bring the knees to the chest just one at a time. Link the fingers, palms on knees, and rock from side to side. Keep your tummy nice and flat. Now let's lift those legs up to the ceiling. If you can, lift your hips up and hands behind your back, thumbs around the waist just above the hips. Okay, lovely. Let's rotate the ankles. Let's rotate them around the other way. Okay, bring your knees to your nose. Take your hands to the floor and roll down one vertebrae at a time. Now we've got the fish pose because that's a wonderful heart opening movement. Okay, so let's extend the legs. Take the hands, lift one hip up, place your palm down on the floor under your buttocks. Then lift the other one up, and so you're sitting on both of the backs of your hands while the palms are on the floor. Walk your elbows underneath your back as much as you can. Can you feel the heart opening? So chest is wide. If you want to, push up on your elbows and lower your head down, just resting on the top of the head. There are some more advanced positions which you're very welcome to do. Perhaps just resting on the head. You can take your hands from under your buttocks and reach your arms up in prayer. You can also lift your legs up as well, but make sure you take care of the lower back. All right, beautiful. Let's place those arms down. Press through the elbows, lift the torso and roll yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Now let's walk the feet back to the end position. Take the hands from under the hips. Okay, let's lift the knees to chest one at a time and bring the arms to a T position. Lower your knees to one side. You can take your hand nearest the knee on the outer edge of the knee and look the opposite way. Perhaps you can extend that leg and even hold the big toe. Get a nice big stretch. Now keep your arms in a T position so we've got a lovely heart opener here, just on the right side. So breathe into your chest, stretch that chest out. Keep the shoulder blades downwards to keep the shoulder released. Now bend your knees back up to ceiling, lower them to the other side. Hand, same hand as the knee, just rest it on that knee, just relax it lightly. Extend your leg if you can, and just keep your hand resting on the leg or hold your big toe, anything that suits you, and try and extend that leg. Keep your chest open. You want the heart opening with your arm out to the side. Breathe into the chest. Bend your knee. Now bring your feet to the end position. You can have your feet as wide as the mat and drop your knees inwards. Now press the elbows in the floor, draw the shoulder blades downwards, inwards. Left hand on heart center, right hand on belly. Lift your head up, just tuck the chin and place your head down comfortably. For others of you, you may wish to go into a butterfly pose. Drop the knees outwards. Just relax into the hips and let's start to breathe. Now remember the breathing we did at the beginning where we counted our breath. So let's breathe in, 2, 3, hold the breath, 2, 3, and breathe out, 2, 3, hold the breath out, 2, 3, and continue. Breathe in for 3, hold the breath in for 3, and you're breathing out for 3 and holding the breath out for 3. Let's take a few more breaths like that. When you're finished, extend your legs. Go into a nice, comfortable, relaxing position with your feet rolled out and perhaps your arms by your sides, palms up. If you wish, we'll pick another position. Breathe right down to the belly and relax the body. Now, if you want to stay in relaxation a bit longer, turn off this video and enjoy 5, 10 or 20 minutes relaxation, and then turn the video back on and join me to finish. So let's move our fingers and our toes and breathe down to the belly. And walk your feet up to the end position and roll to your side. Lift yourself to a seated position, resting hands on knees or in your lap. Lift your chest up and relax the shoulders down. Toe just drawn in slightly to support your spine. Lower your hands down, breathe in. Open up the chest with your breath and breathe out. Hands down to chest, thumbs to heart center. And just pause for a moment here. Let's take 3 deep breaths to energize our body. So breathing into the belly, the ribs, shoulders and back, and breathe out. And again, breathe into the belly, ribs, shoulders, back, and breathe out. Take one more deep breath in and out. And have a peaceful heart and a peaceful mind and a wonderful day. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today in Yoga Stretch. If you like the video, press like and make a comment. Remember to subscribe to my channel and join me again.